Greetings YouTube. Today we're taking a look at a Klein utility knife, and this is the 44136B11. I don't know if we're going to get that, regardless. This is obviously a unibody, so it doesn't fold, doesn't do anything fancy like that. It has a toolless blade change, I'll show you in a second. But what attracted to me to this was two things. One, I happen to have a fondness for Klein tools. They tend to be good quality. And in addition, this is a retracting blade. Now, this is not a feature that you're necessarily going to need every single job. Lots of jobs you're going to want to be able to have a knife out. You want to keep that blade out because you're going to be doing some work. Maybe all kinds of different things you can do with. You want a blade out, you want to stay out. But if you put a knife down and the blade's out, that's dangerous. You put this knife down, the knife is not dangerous. In addition, this is really useful if you are going to be on a job site and you have this into a belt, a pocket of a work coat, or in a pouch on a work belt, a utility belt, because you can do the cut, you let go, you drop it back in the pocket, drop it back in there. And that's important. Now, it's not the lightest tool in the world. I apologize, I don't have my scale out at the moment, but it's got a heft to it. Because it's made of steel. It also has the line cutting feature right there. And it's nice and shiny because I just put this blade in here. This is a brand new blade in there. You notice that there's a bit of wear on this. Well, I bought this at a yard sale for $1. Now, one of the purposes I have when I do these videos is to show how well a tool functions, but also how well a tool operates over time. So if I'm reviewing a folding knife, it's almost always that I've carried it for at least a week, so I can tell you that on a day-to-day basis, this is how it operated. But this tool was used a lot longer than I will ever use a utility knife. I will never have a use for a utility knife that will put this kind of wear and tear on it. This has been well loved, and yet it still operates perfectly. So that's a big bonus to me, that this tool, it's showing no significant wear. It's got some, got some stuff on the paint, it's got some chips, a little dirt on there, but the rubber has not begun to get soft and gooey on it. It's still exactly the way it was. It was, out of the package. It feels good. It feels comfortable. It doesn't have that kind of stickiness you get as sometimes you get rubber coatings will age and they'll start to break down and they get this horrible sticky. It's horrible. It's ugly thing. This thing is put together with fasteners. If you really wanted to take it apart for cleaning, you could. I have not felt any need to do that. And on the back side, where the secure serial number is, there's also this, which is a 100% pictogram style instructions on how to change the blade. So it wants you to push the blade forward and hold it. It wants you to move the lock in the up position, which is going to unlock it. This button right here in the up position, and then you're going to take the blade out into a downward position. Now, I've only done this a few times, so we're going to see how I pull this off. So up, this way. Hey, I got it on a first try. Put it back in the opposite way. Get that lock back in there. Oops, sorry. Like I said, I've only done this the first few times. Come on. There we go. I gotta push. I keep forgetting. I have to push the blade into the carrier as I'm going in. If I do that, the lock re-engages. So, great little tool. And I know that there are people who prefer folding utility knives. I've got a number of those in my collection. I really like my Fiskars folding knife. But there's something to be said for a knife that you can deploy it, you can cut it, you let go, and you're done. There's a simplicity to that. There's a utility to it. There's an application for it that I think folding knives and utility knives that you have to push out, then you have to unlock and close, because then the blade snaps into an outward position and you have to disengage that kind of a little bit of lock to get it to come back in. This fits a niche. Now, it's not going to be a niche that necessarily everybody has. Not everybody's going to need this particular type of knife. But for those that do, say, are you working in a warehouse where cutting boxes is something you do all day long? You don't want to worry about having that blade stick back out again. If you're wearing a work coat, or you got a pocket or something, and you got this in, again, guess there, zip that box open, boom, you're done. And that is a beautiful thing. So I'm really happy with this. I think this was, I looked it up online, it's like in the $15 range, I think, new. So it's still in production, at least at the time of this recording. So yeah, I really like this utility knife. I'm actually going to put it in my regular rotation. I have utility knives around that I use regularly. So I'm going to put this in my regular rotation. I'm going to put my Fiskars in the drawer. We're going to try this for a while, and we'll see how I like this on a daily basis. I haven't had this very long. And I'll be honest, in my office, I don't use utility knife all that often. I use utility knives in my shop downstairs more often. But that particular application, I prefer knives that the blade comes out and stays out. But in my office, it's a more quick use, like cut open a bag of cat litter, open up a package, things like that. So I want to use it for a couple of slices, then get it out of the way and have it be safe. So this should meet those needs much better. Alrighty, so this has been a Klein tool retracting utility blade.